Welcome to the World is Listening podcast. I'm here with my brother, Renaissance Jones. First of all, where you get that name from, bro?
So I was on the east side of Charlotte. Some of the young bulls was around, and I had just got into film.
Okay.
I used to do spoken word,
Okay.
and one of the young boys was like, "Man, you do everything. You like one of them Renaissance man or something like that." And I was like, "I like that."
Yeah. It's like, that's it. I'm sticking with that.
Yep.
So where you from?
I was born in Jacksonville, North Carolina, but I was mostly raised in the DMV area.
DMV was like Maryland.
DC, Maryland, Virginia. Yep.
Okay. So when did you come to the South?
I moved back to Charlotte in 2005.
Okay.
My aunt, funny story, my aunt called me on the phone. She said, "Hey, God put it on my heart to tell you to move down here with me." And at the time I was young, knucklehead. I laughed. I was like, "Man, I'm going to die up here. I ain't going nowhere."
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the room, blowing down with two of my people and both my old heads. And I told them, I'm laughing about it. I'm like, talking about God put on her. And they looked at each other. They looked at me. They said, "Hey, you the only one in the crew without a record. Get the hell out of here."
Wow.
So I ain't like it at first, but
Right.
I took that. I moved, came down. There's hood everywhere. So
Right.
found the same type of friends, and I realized, hey, you didn't come down here. So I called the Marines that came.
Right.
I was like, "Nah, y'all, I need to go so I can try to do something else." And they
Right.
was like, "Oh, okay."
Wow. And how old were you then when you went into the Marines?
21.
Okay.
But I was an old man going to the Marines, though, because most of the kids coming is straight out of high school.
Really?
Yeah.
So they'd be like, what, 17?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was a couple of us that were like 21 who
Right.
they looked at like old heads already.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, right?
Yeah, because I went from the youngest person in my crew to
Right.
now they all looking at me.
Like,
I'm
you the old head.
Yeah.
And you only in the 20s. That's crazy. How long did you do in there?
I only did 4.
4 years?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was great times. I got to meet so many different people from different walks of life. I'm inquisitive.
Okay.
So like I know one of my boys, Odom, like he said there was only one stoplight in his town. I was like, in 2000, there's only one stoplight?
Where at? What town was that?
Somewhere in Georgia.
Okay.
Another cat, black cat who lived in a white area who never been around black people.
Right.
Like, so I was just meeting different people and like asking questions. What's that like? So I enjoyed it because also it helps with my acting.
Okay.
Because I've met so many people and was like a sponge to where I'm like, okay, I got to study, but I can tap into, because I know Bati over here,
Right.
so.
Okay. So give a summary of what being a Marine is like. Was you in any wars? Was any wars happening at that time or no?
Yeah, the Iraq War was still going
Iraq.
on.
Did you go to Iraq?
Yeah, I went over there for most of 2009. It was pretty much kind of calmed down by then.
Okay.
Before I left, they did blow up our bridge. And I know when I got back, maybe when I was working there, like 2013, 2012, something like that. I remember seeing on the news that it had started ramping up.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say the base name, but
Right.
when I was watching the news and they said they were going to a certain base, I was like, oh, they about to die. And the people was like, what you mean? I was like, you know how many people on there have been waiting for action, and that's the biggest base. Like, you got to there's a trolley
Okay.
to get to the gym. There's a trolley to get to you. Like, you just can't walk around. So it's like a
Right.
big city. I'm like, they're waiting. Like,
They're waiting.
Yeah. They've been ready.
They was ready. Oh man, that's great. I got a cousin who was actually a Marine too, and he was in Desert Storm. He tell me some stories. They'd be crazy, man.
Yeah, but I loved it though, man. It's a fun time. You get a brotherhood. They teach you stuff, and like I said, you get just to mingle with people that you probably would never hang around or nothing like that.
Do you still stay in contact with some of the brothers?
Yeah, some of the brothers I do.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean, hell, I bled with some of them.
Right. All right. So when you came out, you was how old?
About 25,
Okay.
26.
So what was life like, and where did you come to? What state?
I stayed in North Carolina.
Oh, you came to just came back to North Carolina.
Yeah, I stayed in North Carolina. I came to Charlotte maybe 2 years after I got out.
Okay.
Came back because I like I said, I enjoyed the area.
Right.
It was different pace, but still okay.
So what was it like coming home?
I would say a harder transition than I realized at the time.
Okay.
Because I did go to counseling because I do have somewhat of PTSD, especially over bridges. Like, I don't like bridges.
So wait, so you said they blew up the bridge. Was it? It was the bridge going from where? From where y'all were camping to?
It was just a big bridge. Like,
okay.
Civilians would come on to work, we go out, etc., whatever. But yeah, that morning we woke up to an explosion.
Wow.
And ground was still shaking. All you see is dust and everything like that. Yeah, I don't mess with bridges.
Wow.
And I didn't realize it until because I was a social drinker in the Marines. I can put them away, but it was only on certain days I was doing that. But once I remember taking a couple shots in the morning before PT, I was like, yeah, I don't drink.
Drinking too much.
Yeah, I don't drink. Like, what am I doing?
I'm drinking too much.
So as you know, as we say, I went and talked to the lady.
Okay.
But I do think it also was a positive experience because it got me to get into things I never really recognized. And then I would say that there was a lot of brothers in there, us, who needed to talk to somebody too. And I think me going, because of who I was, like people become, hey, Jones, you gonna talk to me? Hey, how is it? And they're talking to me this side. I'm like, yeah, go. So I encouraged a lot of other brothers to go, and that's something I am proud of about.
Okay. That helped a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're back home. Life is feeling different. Then tell me where your mind goes. What I'm about to do now.
I really didn't know. I went to community college. I was going for computer information systems. Just something for the money. I didn't really care about it, nothing like that. Like I said, life is different outside the Marine Corps or whatever. Civilians, boy. Woo.
It's a whole different world.
Yeah, civilians, boy.
I remember I got a sister who was in the Army for 9 years, and she invited me to a base one time out in Fayetteville. Mm-hmm. And I went to the base, and I said, y'all got a Home Depot? Y'all got I was like, how y'all got all these stores inside these doggone gates? And they was like, we got a whole different world we live in. Yeah. I said, that is amazing, actually, because it's really a world within a world.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, I remember one of my friends visited, and we were walking past another group of Marines, and we're eyeing them, and they're eyeing us. He's like, ain't y'all all Marines? I was like, it's like a big gang with different factions. It's
right.
It's like we don't work with them. But
Right. That's something right there. All right, so then you're home. You rap.
Yeah, I used to rap back in there.
So tell me about that. Like, when did that start? Are you still doing it?
I would say it started when I was real young because I wrote poetry originally. And I'm an 80s baby.
Okay.
1985 to be exact. 80s baby. So, you know, my pops loved hip hop. He was always bumping stuff in his car or whatever like that. It originally just started freestyling. Like, you know, you'd be outside freestyling or whatever. And I know a couple guys in high school. They was almost like the high school version of Red and Meth.
Okay.
They was like best friends or whatever. They smoked all the time, and they were dope. And I remember they used to have tapes and stuff like that. And at one party, I forgot who, they was like, hey, rap for him, you know what I mean? Just rap, because, you know, so I rapped, and they was like, yo, you should record some stuff or whatever like that. And then, you know, you just get into it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that.
So you still rap, though?
Not technically, no.
Yeah, you still rap.
I am working on
my still rap, yo.
Final project. I am working on my final project, and then I'm out of here.
He said I'm out of here. Look.
But rap changed so much that I remember, and this probably was about 10 years ago, I was working at the depot, and the Young Bulls was in like early 20s. I'm 31 at the time. They rapping whatever, they freestyling. So I get in, I'm hitting with triple entendre. They like, nah, that ain't it. But they saying Dr. Seuss rhymes, and I'm like, no, I'm hold on. I got some, blah, blah.
Right.
They was like, Now it's too lyrical. I'm like, okay.
Like, we used to have the dictionaries out, and now y'all telling us don't use the big words, the good words, the metaphors.
And you know, I was telling somebody, I was like, I think, I'm not going to say the problem with all of rap, but I was like, when we were listening, you heard Nas or Biggie, you were like, God damn.
Right.
You trying to, like,
Yeah.
damn, I can't do that. But then you, especially the SoundCloud era, you got people just saying ABC, and the next person like, oh, I can do that.
Right.
So,
Now you see, your mind is too advanced. They're like, nah, you gotta say ABC, bro.
Yeah.
You saying all these, nah, that ain't where we at.
Hell yeah.
Especially when the lean with it, rock with it era.
Yeah.
It just became like today is just TikTok. If they could dance to it on TikTok,
Oh yeah,
that's good enough. It's a great song.
Cause I remember hearing Pun freestyle, and I'm like, bro, like I gotta put the pen down.
Like, really nice.
I don't even want to finish writing today.
Right. I saw you rapping when we did Polished Soul.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And we had the scene where you had that was your actual rap that you said, right?
Yeah, he said, give me a freestyle or whatever, and I was like, okay. I spit it for him. He was like, cool, add a little bit more to it. Got you. So
shout out to Mike Anderson, yo, doing them dope films out there in the world. We see you, bro.
big shout out, brother.
So now you're back home. When did you decide to do some film stuff? Like, where'd that come from?
Like I tell everybody, it came by accident. So growing up, my dad loved the movies. They even said for me, if you say, hey, you want a tour, go to the movies, I'm like, let's go to the movies. You know what I mean? But again, growing up in the 80s, you either in New York, Cali, or you ain't doing no acting. Or I didn't think so. You feel me? So yeah, when I was going to community college for computer information systems, I was going through Craigslist, moving homes, cutting grass, just making a little extra money because GI Bill was paying. You know what I mean? I'm getting a little bread. So I saw an ad that said, hey, looking for an actor. We'll pay you $200. I said,
let me go get that.
I think I can act. You feel me?
Right.
So I went to audition. Audition was like 30 to 40 people. They all had been acting, and I'm like, oh, shit. It was like, what you do? I was like, spoken word right now. You feel me? I got a part. And it was only like 6 roles. I got a part. Went on set. I fell in love. My ex-wife, my current wife then, was like, why don't you go to art school? Because she actually grew up with me. So she was like, why don't you go to art school? You always been creative, but you've been doing dumb stuff. So
Right.
So I was like, all right. So I enrolled at the Art Institute of Charlotte and just, that was it.
Wait, what you doing there? Like, what were you doing in that school? Was that acting classes or something?
No, that was teaching me how to make films.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you actually went to school to learn how to make films.
Yeah.
Dope. So that was what was the name of that class?
Well, the program was film directory or something like that.
Okay.
Because you had to take photography class to learn about this over here. You had to take editing class, film study class. So yeah,
So you learned all those skills.
Yes.
Okay.
And my DP Randy, that's where I met him at. So we've been grinding for the last 13 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I met him in lighting class. He was the only guy in there who knew how to light a scene.
Nice. Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They say that's the best thing about school, too. I remember when I was asking questions about, what's the name of that school in Florida? Full Sail. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about one of the benefits of going to that school is the people you actually meet and graduate with. You know, somebody might land over here at Warner Brothers. Somebody might land at Sony, but y'all have these relationships where y'all continue to call on each other and bring each other in on projects. So that was the perks, not just the skills you learned in the class.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dope. All right, so tell me about the first film you started working on.
It was a short film called, what was it called? It was called Caesar.
Okay.
It was basically it was like a hood mob noir type thing. Okay. And the lead character name was Caesar, and he was a schizophrenic. He would see his dead mother who died when he was young. It went over a lot of people's heads at the end, though.
Wow.
Because in the beginning, you see her with him, whispering in his ear, telling him stuff or whatever. Then at the end, he's talking to her, and his homeboy who's driving like, "What'd you say, dog?" And you look in the back, and there's nobody there. And then it's a flashback, and it shows that she's not really there with him. You know what I mean?
That's pretty dope.
So that was the first thing I did, and I also did it to try to, which it did help me get roles.
Oh, okay. Because you were acting in it?
Yeah, because nobody knew me out here. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? So I was just like, okay, let me put something out, and then, yeah.
So that's out now?
Yeah, that was, like I said, that was 13 years ago. Yeah, it was my first one.
So it's like on YouTube or something?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope. All right, then let's go to the next one.
Next one we did actually at episode 2 because I was gonna make it to a series, but then I got bored with it.
Okay.
But it is coming back. You feel me? We were almost done with writing the first season, and yeah.
I like the concept of that. That's pretty dope. You should.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you should definitely finish that.
We definitely, because I love like Goodfellas and stuff like that or whatever, and I also feel like a lot of those type of films or projects, a lot of heart has been lost. Not all of them, but a lot of it's just copy and paste. Whereas when you actually watch Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society, you feel something. You know what I mean? It wasn't just hood to be hood.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's still messages just jumping out of those films. Left and right. So when did you meet Ty Durden?
I met Ty, I want to say maybe 8 years ago. Okay. I met him on a set. He was just, I think he had been in the city, but he was just coming on the scene too. Because it was funny because we didn't say like not one word to each other for the first couple hours. Yeah. I sized him up, he sized me up. That's what it was. Okay. And then we were outside and something had happened, and then we sparked up a conversation, and we had a mutual friend. And your mutual friend, I made a joke before I left, and then he started talking about Ty. He was like, yo, y'all real similar or whatever. Like, y'all very blunt, et cetera, et cetera. Right. And then me and him started talking and was like, oh, we are very similar. We got, you know what I mean? So.
And y'all decided to do some work together.
Yeah. Because we also noticed that we did a Game of Love, go check it out on Tubi, Micah Lork film. And all our scenes, we noticed, hey, we got good chemistry together. Hey, let's write something.
Right.
And just like you said, little gems or whatever, or like Street Logic, the name alone is trying to tell you something, that this shit is stupid.
Right. Right.
Like, I'm going to rob this person who can get me killed. I'm trying to get my son.
Okay.
Street Logic is stupid.
Okay. Hey, y'all heard it yourself. I know that's right. And then now y'all, how many films y'all got together now? And how many you got total?
We're probably in about, I want to say maybe 5 films together.
Okay.
Me personally, I have Delusional, Intrigue. Appreciate the level of Intrigue too, y'all. And go watch the rest of them.
Go watch the films, y'all.
Delusional, Intrigue.
Where is it at?
Tubi. These are all on Tubi.
Okay, dope.
Street Logic, Predatory Behavior. And that's it for me right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me right now.
So y'all did 5 together, and then you have about 4 on your own?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. That's a nice body of work, brother. You've been getting it in.
Trying to make it, you know what I mean? But this next one, hey, like I said, you're going to have to look at me different. Goddamn.
Oh, yeah? It's something crazy?
Yeah, because like I said, we a lot of people don't realize I haven't filmed in 2 years. I've been acting in projects, but I haven't filmed in 2 years because I wanted this next one to be right. You know what I mean? And yeah, from my editor, which Randy, the guy I went to school, whatever, he's one of the most critical filmmakers I know.
Okay.
But outside of one critique that happened, I don't hear no complaints. So I'm like, this got to be good because you ain't talking shit.
Right. Right, you let it ride.
And he like, well, this is your best film. I was like, I was feeling it on set. And that's another thing too. I feel like when you're on set and the actors are clicking, the crew's clicking, everything's clicking, and you just feel it.
Right.
I'm like, yeah. After every scene, I was like, yo, this felt great. This felt good. You know what I mean? We didn't rush anything. we had to do a couple. It took longer because I didn't want to rush anything.
Okay.
And also, I'm one of them people, like, if we start early, we going, and let's say we got 5-6 scenes left, right? Mm-hmm. But I got access to this location. Nothing's gonna be wrong. If I see everybody,
right?
Hey, we finished for the night.
Right.
Could be like, you sure? Everybody tired. I want
right.
your best, especially
right.
for some of these scenes. They gotta be.
That's right. They
so
gotta be up. That's
yeah.
right. I could dig that. So are you putting movies out on your own now, or are you dealing with? You still doing with Maverick? You was doing it with before, right?
Yeah, I'm dealing with Maverick for this project. My next two, I hope to be putting out by myself.
Okay, that's what's up. We still got one project with Maverick, and I have a whole bunch of films sitting, waiting to get on Tubi. We just
what you mean waiting?
Like I just held on to them.
Okay.
I put a few of them on. We had this one film we put on Amazon Prime, and it got 4,000 views, and it said $11. I was like, no, take it down. I said, I'm not playing that game. We're not gonna play the penny game. And then once I took it down, I let a year or two go by. I was like, why take it down? I should just let it run. I should have let it run. But now the good thing about them is they're not getting old. You know what I mean? It's like the message is still relevant. So I'm like, now I'm getting ready to put everything on Tubi. Just put them up. So the world can see them. Some of the actors like, bro, what you gonna do with the movie? We did that 3 years ago.
I heard Uplift TV. They're pretty new. I heard they're pretty good too.
Okay, Uplift TV.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta check them out. That's somebody you know?
Yeah, we can talk after this.
Okay, that'll work. That'll work. All right, so recently you was online and there was a proposal. Tell us about that.
Yeah, in Jamaica, I wanted to do it at the waterfall, but due to the hurricane stuff, we couldn't get over there. So I told the bus driver, I said, hey, she likes parks, man. Take me to a park.
Nice.
Took me to a park. I act like I saw this one crystal over here. She was like, you don't see that, blah, blah, blah. And
boom, the proposal happened.
Yeah, hey.
That's what's up. And you got a yes.
Yes.
Beautiful thing. So let me ask you this. How do you know when you got the one?
How do I put this? Well, first, let's say this. It's always work. Okay. So people got to want to work because, especially you live different lives for so long and you come together, et cetera. It just works, man. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like when you know your other half, you know what I mean?
Right.
You take care of this, they take care of that or whatever. It just flows and works, you know what I mean? And then just the support on both sides, you know what I mean? So.
Got you. Hey, that's a beautiful thing, man. So love is great.
Love is great.
That's you know what I'm saying? Yo, a lot of people, listen, it's funny because a lot of people, they look down on love and marriages and relationships, they really looking down on it. So it's good to hear somebody that's in it say, this is what love is to me.
I think a lot of people are looking down at it right now because a lot of people are broken, have been broken, don't really know who they are, so they are living vicariously through people. And that's why there's so many grifters out here. Right. Like, we've seen the red pill where the guy's like, hey, don't be messing with no baby moms. And it's like, we found your profile and stuff. You have a baby mom that you've been dating for 5 years. Well, not mine. You know what I mean? What?
Right.
You hear dudes on drink. I remember this one guy was talking down in marriage, and the girl out him was like, bro, you're happily married for 13 years. What are you talking about? Oh, I ain't talking about mine. So it's like,
right.
So people are getting information from grifters, broken people, and people who don't know who they are. Absolutely. I feel like that is lost in this world as far as knowing who you are, especially in a iPhone, me. Everybody's a star.
Right.
And you're projecting and playing a character all day. When do you actually have time to find out who you are and what you actually like? Not what society told you or your friends told you.
Right.
Because you see it all the time where I've seen it, where the guy will date the girl who people think he's supposed to be with.
Right.
But he like bigger girls on the low.
True.
But he's scared to step out with him, and it's like, bro, just
get what you like.
Like we know.
Right. That's right. Look, that sounds like some on the set stuff right there. Be like, that actor is really loving that other actress, but he ain't saying nothing. We already know. We already know what it is. You see the chemistry in the movie and everything. That's the one thing about, how do you enjoy meeting new people for films and new actors? Like, what does that feel like to you?
I'm gonna say it's normal for me,
okay.
and not to be in a cocky, arrogant way, because I'm gonna say that like my dad was in the Marines, so I moved around so much,
right.
You know what I mean, and then once I got 21, I moved to Charlotte, you know what I mean, went to the Marines, so I move around and meet people all the time. So for me, it's like it's normal. I've been moving around and picking up, starting over. So.
Right. Let me ask you this. What was the most, I guess, we want to say fun, or do we want to say, what's the craziest thing you ever seen on set?
Craziest.
Or it could be fun. Or it could be the best moment on set.
Damn, there's a lot of damn moments.
I know, right?
Because I'm thinking, because you know you gotta think about all the bloopers, all that stuff or whatever. I one of the funniest things to me was I remember shooting Echo Chamber. I still gotta finish that. My son was on set with me. I went to do something. I came back and the lead actress was like, "Your son just asked me to marry." And I was like, "What?" And I came over and I was like, yo, he was like, yeah, but she said she already married though. I'm like, boy, that's a grown woman. Like,
right, how old is your son?
He's going to be 13 on the 11th.
Hey, look, at least he let you know I like what I like.
Oh, hey.
I want her.
Since he been able to walk, I've already known.
Yeah, look, he saw it. He said, I like her. I want her. Can we get married? Ain't nothing wrong with it. He was about that life. All right, what's the tear-jerking moment?
On set?
Yeah. Or working on any project.
I got two. I'm trying to think. I can't think of the exact other actor's name. So I'll say this. For me personally, like, I don't mind letting my emotions fly. If there's because I know there's a deep scene in Nia's Men, the one we just finished, and the actress and the actor, like, I spoke to him before because I was like, hey, this is what this scene is. It's been all fun and games up to now or whatever. This scene, I need them to feel it in the gut. Right. And they played it so goddamn good. I was like, bro, I know that one. And there was a moment on Intrigue, too. Everybody was laughing at me because they'd be like, when it's real good, they'd be like, Jones just going to cry. Yeah, I don't give a damn. Hey, y'all killing that drink. Y'all making me feel like, yo, this is it. Like,
Right. That's pretty dope.
Because I've also say I've learned to, because I didn't do it before, to enjoy the moments. And I say I realized that at the Street Logic was our first premiere we did in the movie theater. Okay. It sold out, and I was happy to see my boy Ty. I ain't never seen Ty smile that much before at that time. Yeah. You know what I mean? He was ecstatic or whatever. And I went home, and I realized I put on all that work. I didn't feel nothing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I was like, I got to start not just going through life, but living life.
Living life. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's why, like I said, as far as if I feel some shit, hey.
Right.
Like Katrina laugh at me all the time. She'd be like, you crying over the series. I was like, hey, we known this man for 7 seasons, goddamn. Right. 7 years. He didn't have to go out like that.
That's right. Yo, I noticed that too. I was watching some movie. I'm trying to think of what it was. It was one of them movies with Robert De Niro in it, and it was like at the end, I was like, dang. She was like, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you a good one. Remember the one, the fighting robots? It was a movie.
It was like early 2000s, right?
The cover of the guy's like this, and then he's controlling a big giant
yeah,
robot.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That last scene where they was in the ring, and his son was standing on the side of the ring looking at him. He was like I think throughout the whole movie, like wanted a relationship with his dad, but here it was, his dad was fighting on the side of the ring, and the robot was in there fighting, but he was on the outside controlling the robot, and he looked up at his dad like, yeah, Dad. Yo, that moment was crazy. I was like...
Hey, that father stuff, because I say like this, even though After Earth wasn't a great movie, or even really a good movie, the father-son dynamic, because around that time, my son had just been born.
That's the Will Smith movie you talking about. I didn't even watch that. I got to check that out.
And there's a moment where Jaden, his father basically tell him, come back, you can't do it.
Right.
And he like, nah, bro, you ain't never believed in me. I'm your son. I can do this. And he has this powerful monologue, and he jumps off and just goes to do what he's supposed to do. Wow. And I was in the movie theater like, yo, because I'm a junior, and my dad no longer here, but my dad, everybody I met talked about how great of a man he was, so you feel like you're in the shadow. And in the movie, Will Smith was like the hero of their planet. Wow. And his son's trying to train like everybody else, but it's like, my dad's Michael Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan Jr. Like, what you want me to do? So,
wow. Big shoes to fill. Yeah. That is dope. I got to check that movie out. I never watched that movie yet. So let me ask you this. You said live in the moment, which a lot of people are not doing. How does film fulfill that for you?
For me, film allows me to say the stuff I want to say and move on from it. Like I said, the reason, like I've started 1,000 YouTubes and stopped them because it's like, I don't want to be too redundant. You know what I mean? Right. And I can let my art live and y'all can talk in conversation about it. Like I'll say this, Nia's Men, I play the dad Terrence. Well, I'm sorry, Raymond. Michael McHale plays Terrence. Brianna plays Nia, my daughter. Okay. In the movie, Nia gets kidnapped, and me and her fiance have to find her while at the same time not liking each other.
Gotcha.
Because I'm an old school man, he's a new school man.
Gotcha.
And having not only just having a son, but I've mentored some young dudes before, whatever, and you see a difference in mindset, so you try to bridge the gap. So this movie not only is action-packed, fun or whatever, but it's also trying to bridge. Like, me and the fiance have certain conversations, you know what I mean? Like, when they come up, my daughter has her suitcase. I'm like, so you got your suitcase? He's like, what we doing? You know what I mean? But yeah, I just think that some of the new men get a bad rap, you know what I mean? And I get it because some of us are set in our ways. Like I said this, and I get pushback on it, but I don't give a damn. The guy who has the quote unquote masculine aesthetic, but is a deadbeat father, doesn't do anything, live his mama house, don't really contribute to anything. Right. I can't respect you. Versus, yeah, his fingernails might be painted, but he take care of his kid and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't do the performance. Don't do nothing for me.
Right.
Who are you? What are you doing? You know what I mean? So
facts. That makes sense. Are you happy?
Absolutely, brother. I'm happy.
So tell the world. See, that's a great answer because a lot of people are not happy, man.
Oh, I know.
So tell the world what makes you happy.
Life. I'll say this. We can get deep now. I was a functioning depressive for a lot of years of my life. Yeah, I was a functioning depressive for a lot of years of my life. I was angry for a lot of years of my life. I didn't know who I was. Like I said, felt like I was in my father's shadow. So I went outside, as the young people say.
Right.
And was doing stuff out there to try to get respect, everything like that. Was never happy. So like if something happened to me, I really didn't give a damn. You know what I mean? Even I'll say when I graduated from, I think it was 5th grade, they made it a big deal there. I didn't tell my mom. My mom was mad. Like, I'm the only parent out there. You ain't tell me your daddy or whatever. Like, so to me, my accomplishments didn't mean anything or whatever. It was, I'm just here.
Right.
So I've been putting a lot of work in myself over the last, let's say 12, 13 years or whatever like that. And I'm more in tune with who I am. I know who I am. Lovely woman, you know what I mean? We both grow yearly, grow daily. Yeah, man, and I'm also say this too. I'm outside of the
That's why I cut that all the way off.
how we just talked about the masculine performance. Mm-hmm. I was a part of that at one time. You know what I mean? I was young, just okay. This is what we do. This is what we do.
Right.
I'm past that stage. You know what I mean? And even there's some people my age who ain't past that stage, and I feel sorry for them because you shouldn't have to perform for anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? You should be who you are. Hey, the world gonna take it how they take it. The world gonna leave it how they leave it. And I realize too, as you elevate, it does become more isolation because so many people, ignorance is bliss.
Right.
And I get it. You know what I mean? Like I'll see what's going on in the world, and like, damn, that's sad.
Right.
You just worry about Friday night, but it's cool though.
Right.
I get it. Hell, I'm not gonna say if I can go to sleep, I'd go back to sleep, but I get it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. All right, we're going random. What's your favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Favorite car?
1964 Chevrolet Impala.
Lowrider joint?
Yeah,
Convertible?
I saw them boys in the hood. I said, "What is that?" They told I was a little kid. They told me what the car was, and I said, "Yo, that's
it. That's the one." So you played on getting water?
Yeah, because like I've never been to the West Coast or Cali, so you don't see them over here like that. And like I said, that one I was just like, bro, I don't know what that is, but
that's it.
For the rest of my life, yeah. So yes, I do plan on getting one of those.
That's cool. I actually had one of those, man. I sold it too, man. I got it for $1,500 a couple of years ago. I went to school for paint and body work, and the teacher allowed me to bring it to school. And we did all of the metal work in school. Paint. Well, I didn't paint it there. I just did all the body work, cut all the metal, new floors, everything. Had a race motor in it. Brought it to my boy's house. Tree fell on the front. Just slammed down on the hood. And then it was like, I don't know what happened. I had a few cars, and I was like, man, I got to get it. I didn't even have a place to park it. Literally. I just had cars all over the place. And I just sold it. I wound up selling for like $4,000, man. And then the dude blew the motor in it. Had a racing motor. He blew the motor, and he put it on Craigslist that I never seen it again. And I always look at that car like, man, why didn't I keep that dog on 6'4", man?
Yeah, 6'4", hey, that's that
jerk,
man.
I ain't get to enjoy the car. As soon as paint got on it, I sold it.
I can't wait, brother, because yes, that's
one of the ones. That's one of the ones
yes.
you're going to get. So tell me about the copper you got going on, bro.
Oh, got a little, this right here, this amethyst piece, Copper Vibrations. I think this is from Vibe Style off Instagram. It's a black-owned company.
Okay.
I think this is Vibes as well.
Okay.
This I got at a flea market.
Now, what is that? That's emerald?
Yeah, that's emerald.
Okay.
And it had ruins and stuff on it or whatever.
Nice. That joint thick, too, boy. Look at that thing.
This one is another Copper Vibrations. Okay. And I forgot where I got this.
Okay. Now, you had another one that actually had jars on it. It was the other bracelet you took off. What you put?
Oh.
That joint was hot, though. Yeah, that's hot. Got the jars on it, keys on it. Now, where'd that one come from?
That's my good luck charm. This black-owned creator on TikTok is Whimsical. I can't remember the whole thing or whatever.
Okay.
But I bought that, I think this year, yeah.
Got you. And wifey got sold for this.
Wifey got Sulfidence, yep, and Intuitive Hand Sound Bath is the night, y'all.
Nice.
Thursdays.
I always I had pieces that I got from Copper Vibration. I got this bracelet, but then I started getting a lot of my bracelets from your wife. They dope.
Yeah,
They dope.
hey, appreciate it. She tries to very much put intention into them, and like no one is ever the same.
Right. That is dope. So, wait, I did that. Do you own any antiques?
Say it again.
You own any antiques?
I have this African spear from what part of Africa was it? I think it's Ghana. I'm not sure though.
That's pretty dope. So you got it when you was over there, or you bought it from like a store?
No, I bought it from a store.
That's pretty dope. Spear, I gotta get one of those. Man, I be collecting antiques. So that's why I asked everybody, what antiques you got? I'm gonna have to get a spear and a shield, like the shield, the African shield.
I did want a shield. They had this dope one down in Charlotte. I don't even know if that place is open anymore. But
okay.
Yeah.
Is there any antique that you want to buy? If you see it one day, you'd be like, I'm gonna get one of those.
Maybe one of those World War I or II knives with the brass knuckles. I always thought those, like, what they call them, nutcrackers or whatever. I always thought those were pretty dope.
Pretty dope. That's pretty dope. I got a couple of Buffalo Soldier things. Like I got the 12-inch G.I. Joe Buffalo Soldier all dressed up.
Boy, hey, don't touch that, man. That's money.
Yeah, I got one of those. And I like collecting the black memorabilia, like I got the Jolly Nigga Bank. You ever seen that? Sits like this. You put a quarter in his hand, and you hit the thing on the back, and it throws the money.
I have seen. I seen that on like a History Channel or something like that.
Yeah. I watched that doggone Spike Lee movie Bamboozle years ago.
It was in that too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they were showing all those collectibles. That's what made me get into it. I started seeing all the collectibles in the movie, and I was like, man, I want to.
Very underrated film.
Yeah, that was a good film.
Yeah.
A lot of messages in that joint right there. So let's say, money-wise, what do you want your films to do financially for you?
Make it so I ain't got to work.
Right. So you work and you shoot films at the same time?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that's definitely a big one, getting it to where it brings in money. So what's your plan for that? Just putting movies out and hoping one catch and just goes on fire on Tubi or something? Or selling a movie or something?
More so putting it out, because I think especially ownership, where I'm getting the bigger piece of the pie, is going to work, because like I said this, I've said online plenty of times, Intrigue is my most financial film.
Okay.
I do pretty good off that.
Nice.
But if it was mine, I'd do better.
Gotcha.
I'll just say this.
Gotcha.
If it was fully mine, I wouldn't have to work right now.
That's dope.
So.
That's dope. Dang, that was a good money question. Can't get the money. Can't get y'all all the money numbers out there. Look, I had a money question. I was like, no, that's after the show. When did you decide or find out or discover I'm no longer in a depressing state?
So for me, after my dad died, I had not actually talked about him for like 2 years.
Okay.
I remember actually at my mom's house breaking down, because her and my sister, they were talking about some good times or whatever. And I was like, yo. And then my mom was like, BJ, have you not talked about him? And I was like, nah. And during COVID, I remember, I forgot where I was driving, but I had a mental breakdown. I was just crying. I had no clue what was going on. And my mom suggested I go to VA and get some depressive pills. She was like, get on your shit. So,
Right.
And I'll say real talk, and this ain't for everybody, because pills ain't for everybody. But also, I don't take a lot of regular medicine at all.
Okay.
Like, I need only a half of aspirin. Don't give me the full when I go to sleep.
Got you.
So I took that one pill, when I say it rewired my brain, like I took literally one pill. I was supposed to take one a day. I'm supposed to be refilling.
Right.
I took one. No negative thoughts can come to my mind like that.
Wow.
Like I even told my mom, she was like, "What you mean you ain't been taking it?" I was like, "Ma, I can't even think negative about myself. You know what I mean? Like it don't even come into my my psyche."
So you the first person on the well, I ain't gonna say on the planet because there's more people out there. But you're the first person that say an actual pill, one pill did the job.
One pill did the job for me.
Wow.
I'll say this though, it was difficult at first to be motivated because I was used to the negative fire fueling me.
Okay.
Like I said, this go back to the Marine Corps or whatever. Like if you was around me or we was running on that last lap or whatever, because I hate running, it's like mile 8, 9 or whatever, you'll hear me talking to myself, get your fat ass up there. What the fuck do you think you doing?
Yeah.
Like that was my, and once that was gone, I was like,
okay.
yeah. Like Katrina tell you, it took me like 2 weeks. I was like, okay, I'm supposed to be writing the script. I gotta.
Right.
Damn, okay. I'll just sit here then. Like, so yeah.
You still work out like that? Because I remember you was working out heavy, man. You had videos doing upside down push-ups. I was like, yo. I wanted to call you one time and be like, yo, bro, I'm going to come work. I saw your video. I was like, nah, bro, you working out way too hard for me.
I still do work out. My legs are dead right now because I just did leg day yesterday. But also I do, and I tell Katrina and my friends when they be like, you do a lot of crazy stuff. You got to understand, my daddy was built like Tyson. Okay. So when I was young, I was like, I want muscles too.
Right.
So he bought me it was one of the water sand ones, but he bought me a bench press when I was 10. Wow. So since I was 10, I've been doing regular workouts. So,
okay.
You know, I got to do different shit. Otherwise, I'm going to be like, nah.
Yo, I used to see Katrina posting videos when y'all working out like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And she'd be like, man, I don't even feel like being woke. He getting on my nerves, but I'm out here. I was like, yo, they out there working for real, boy. They not playing. And for those that don't know, your wife is an actress.
Yes.
Right. So y'all got to understand, part of her working out is for the future movies that she doing and movies that she done. So, yeah, that's dope. That's real dope. So tell the young person, give them some advice. Out of everything that you've learned over the years, believing in yourself, getting past dark times, and give them some advice.
I would say to the young kids, young adults, young people, really tap into who you are and do not let society pressure you into who you're supposed to be. Because there's a lot of, like we just talked about, there's a lot of miserable people walking around because they're doing something that they don't really want to do, but society said I'm supposed to do this or I'm supposed to be that. And that's also one of the things that always kept my drive alive. Even when I didn't know I was supposed to be creating, every job that I worked at, I always talk to the older people, hey, what do you want to do with your life? Mm-hmm. And none of them wanted to do what we were at the job to do.
Wow.
And so that always, since, like I said, my first job was in McDonald's. Since McDonald's, that always motivated me to be like, never get caught just paying bills. Right. Yes, we got to pay bills because that's how the world works, but never get complacent till you look up and it's 20 years and you still at McDonald's like, damn, I could have did something or tried something or, you know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons I actually love film the way I do, because it's not athletics, you know what I mean? So there's no age limit. I can look how I don't even know how old Clint Eastwood is right now.
Right.
But, you know what I mean? You could do it to however old you want, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter when you get started. It's being creative, which is my bag in the whole. Like, even like I said, when I didn't know what I was going to do, I was always writing little stories. I was always rapping. I was always writing poetry. I was always trying to do something creative because that's just who I was. Right. Now, I didn't think it was going to make me money, so I never really pursued it fully. You know what I mean? And I'm not shooting at you, Mom. I'm just saying though, because like when I was young, One Rep, she'd be like, "Oh, musicians don't make no money." Now we know a lot of them got screwed over, and that's also what the old people were taught to say when you said they'd be like, "They don't make no money."
Right.
That was just the thing to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would definitely say find out who you are outside of social media, outside of echo chambers. It's okay to be challenged. I think that's another big thing with the newer generation is they don't like to be challenged or confrontation. Right. There's so much stuff that can be done online.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas, like I was telling the young boy at the job, there was no online. Oh, you got a problem? What you got? Let's go to his house.
Right.
Either side. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You wasn't getting away from confrontation.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
That's right.
So I think, and I'm not saying you be combative in confrontation, but confrontation is good as far as it making you a stronger person. It doesn't have to be war or fight or bloodshed to not agree with somebody. And I think in this world, like I said, a lot of us got away with that because you can't just block somebody. Right. So you can be in your echo chamber and just have everybody, oh, you're right. And one of my sayings, I don't trust a person who's always right. If you can never be wrong, nah, I don't trust you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I say it's okay to be corrected. You know what I mean? It's okay to learn from correction. It's only an L if you don't learn from it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I definitely think more of that needs to be done. Yeah.
So when is the next movie coming out?
Not sure. Like I said, we just finished this weekend. My editor's on it. We do plan on having a premiere sometime this year. Your podcast is invited. You feel me?
No, that'll work.
Because like I said, this is really good performance, really good story. I'm proud of every actor that was on set, man. Every actor's on set, all the crewmen, like, there was not one bad performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say this, even one of the girls, she didn't give as good a performance the first time, and she literally called me and said, yo, I can do better. Please let me do. Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, and I worked with her, and she did way better. You know what I mean? So, like I said, no bad performances. Everything looks great. The fight scenes, I am proud of these fight scenes. Damn it.
So who does the structure of your fight scene?
It was choreographed by me and Toronto Cooley on Facebook. We both did those. He has a background in I don't know if it's kickboxing or Muay Thai, one of those two. Okay. I have a background in boxing, Muay Thai, and little McMap, you know what I mean, little jiu-jitsu type stuff. So we basically came up with, I would call the style realism.
Okay.
Like there's like, I'm still recovering. You see the scar of my drink was busted open.
From the scene?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I got dropped, but when he dropped me, he was off balance and fell into the car and hit it, whatever. But it looks great on camera because it was a real
Right, it was a real
motion.
fall.
Yeah.
All right.
And a lot of most of the guys I chose do have a fighting background. Okay. I always think it's kind of easier to get actors who have a fighting background, so right. with the movement versus ones. And I'm not saying if you can't fight, you can't be an action movie.
Right.
I'm just saying it's a lot easier for me being I can fight, and it's okay, cool. I don't have to teach you so much. You know what I mean?
Right.
Also, if you get hit, you're not gonna stop and be like, "Hey, hold you."
Right.
You keep going, and that's why I like, because me and Mike Miles, matter of fact, we had a really good tense fight scene, and we both talked beforehand. It was like, "Hey, if I catch you, keep going. Hey, cool." It was like, if I catch you, don't be like, "I'm sorry." Same thing. And I remember one time he felt away, but I was like, "Bro, it's cool," because the way the camera was, he's supposed to kick me, and I said, "Hey, kick me right here." You know what I mean? Make it look good. It won't bleed, break nothing or whatever. He was like, "You sure?" I was like, "Bro, it's cool." Yeah. So he did it, looked great on camera, but as soon as he did it, that joint started to knot up.
Oh, it started knotting up?
Yeah, he was feeling bad. I was like, no, bro, it's cool. This is the hardest part of the head. Like,
Right.
I'm good.
Right.
So you did somewhere else, it'd be like, damn, nigga.
Now, why didn't y'all just put, like, you know, like sometimes they'll put the foot on the head, right, and reverse it.
Okay, so I'm not taking shots. A lot of those cuts is because people can't fight.
Okay.
So they got to try to make them look good. So it's like, okay, we're going to do this. Like I said, we could actually fight. So we were just going through, you know what I mean? And it was like, we probably had on each fight, I want to say maybe 3 cuts.
Okay.
So
it's the camera, he's on a gimbal, moving around.
Mm-hmm.
It's constantly moving, all that movement.
Yep.
Is that 1 or 2 cameras?
We did one.
Okay.
Because Micah, he, like I say, he started out in fight scenes, but when I met Micah, he was like, that was literally what he was doing. Was
Fight scenes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, see, I'm trying to think, did I do any fight scenes? I'm sure I did. I don't know if it was for one of my movies. It was probably somebody else's movie. No, it was just kind of like slaps. You know what I mean? Like, girl slap the mess out of her. You know what I'm saying? You got to shoot it that way so you can't see the hand connect and all that, put the sound in after it. Yeah, but I don't think we really did a fight scene, no. I've never done an action movie yet. It's been all just regular stuff, like some love, some kid stuff. Well, the kid fight scene was off the chain.
I was like, hey, a lot of people haven't, man, because I even said I've been asking for an action movie for the last 6 years. I've been like, hey, I'm a Marine. Hey, I can do this.
Yeah,
Somebody write it. And like I said, it took me to write my action scene.
Right.
Now, I will say this, the next, because I'm already scheduled for the project, is a boxing movie. And when I was boxing in 2019 to 2020, that's what I was asking for too. But I was like, but I'm not writing this, directing it. Like somebody going, and then it just fell in my lap. He was like, yo, when I showed him my footage, he was like, oh, so bet.
You know who I can see you working good with? Tamoris Ellis. You familiar with Tamoris?
The name sounds very familiar, but the face didn't come up.
Okay,
I think we're friends. I think we're friends on Facebook. But
yeah, I can see you acting in one of his projects because he always write these projects, and I seen you act before. You good?
Thank you.
I seen you go. I seen you change from you could change from nice to the evil look. You know what I mean? Like I see you do the. You know what I mean? I see you switch up on it. Be like, whoa, man, switch it up. But that's how Tamoris writes. He always write these characters that be so deep in there. He'll just have you be like, yeah, hey, nice to meet you. Like you.
But I say this, I like those characters. Like a lot of people say, because I'm not always the lead, and sometimes it's because I don't want to be the lead. Okay. Like if you allow me to read your script beforehand, because I've had people be like, hey, I want you to be the lead, and I'll be reading, and I'll be like, hey, let me play this character. And they be like, they only got 2 scenes.
Right.
They gonna remember these 2 scenes. Let me play this character.
Gotcha.
So I always try to go for
yourself in the script.
I always try to find, for me, the most interesting character where if I'm thinking from an audience member,
right,
who am I gonna remember in this?
Okay.
So.
Okay. That makes sense. So any last words for the people out there, man?
Keep being creative. Keep working on self, keep trying to find yourself. It's a daily thing. And try to find your happiness. We talked about that. I'm really into that, and I want people to thrive, man. You ain't got to be in competition. Only competition you in with yourself.
Absolutely. Hey, man, thanks for coming out on the podcast, and we'll see you at the movie premiere.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right.